When we talk about football, we often talk about individual players and their own individual skills and brilliance, and we often debate where they rank amongst the greats. But I thought, what about the greatest duos in football? Something that people rarely talk about. Players that just have a natural chemistry between each other and have an almost telepathic understanding of where each other is on the pitch. So I'm going to be counting down 10 of the most iconic duos in football history, in my opinion. Leaving the best until last, so make sure you guys stay for that one. So without further ado, these are 10 of the best duos in football history. Number 10, Gattuso and Pirlo. The two Italians are both some of the finest midfielders we have ever seen in football, and played alongside each other for 20 years, and played with each other for over a decade in AC Milan's great team of the 2000s, with Andrea Pirlo being known for his silky and elegant style of play in the regista role, as well as being one of the best passers of all time. And Gennaro Gattuso, who although wasn't as technically gifted as his counterpart, he contributed in the defensive midfielder role with his aggressive and intimidating style of play, and was known to do all the dirty work for AC Milan. And the midfield duo went together like bread and butter in one of the greatest teams in football history, as whilst Pirlo thrived with his playmaking ability, providing passes for the likes of Shevchenko and Crespo up top, Gattuso's tactical awareness allowed him to break up the play instantly, and even break players. No wonder they call him the Destroyer. All this helped cover Pirlo, allowing him to do what he does best on the pitch, and the two thrived together, leading them to win 2 Serie A titles, 2 Champions Leagues, the Coppa Italia, and a World Cup together with Italy in 2006. And the two aren't just known for their abilities on the pitch either, as they are the best of friends off the pitch, often winding each other up with various pranks in the dressing room, such as the time Gattuso attacked Pirlo after he sprayed him with a fire extinguisher, and many more crazy pranks. Number 9, Rooney and Ronaldo. Although they aren't the best of friends now,
because he finished his career with 30s, so I'm still playing high level. I'm not gonna say that I'm looking better than him, which is true, but...
Ronaldo and Rooney formed a great attacking duo during the Ferguson era at Man United in the early 2000s, as they were the driving force behind every attack, with Ronaldo being known for his pace, power and trickery on the wing, whilst Rooney was credited for his all-round game and versatility, often playing in the centre of the pitch as a centre forward or a second striker. And as soon as the two met each other when they first joined Man United, they had an almost telepathic understanding of each other straight away, linking up many times on the pitch, providing goals and assists for fun, leading them to get 145 goals between them in just 5 seasons, as they lit up the Premier League, as they were two of the most exciting young players at the time, as well as winning various honours at Man United, such as 3 Premier Leagues and the Champions League. And although the two have been in some controversial situations between each other, you can't knock what the two youngsters did at the time, as they both lit up the Premier League with their various styles of play, and helped United strive to glory. But before United had those two as a duo, they had number 8 on the list, Dwight, Yorke and Andy Cole, who were the ultimate striker partnership at Old Trafford, and arguably the greatest strike partnership in the Premier League's history, as in their best season together, Yorke and Cole combined to get 53 goals across all competitions in just one season, which helped United seal their historic treble in 1999. And many would assume that surely 2 top-class strikers would cancel each other out, and to be honest, most of the time you might be right. But this was never the case for Yorke and Cole, as they were the definition of duo, as although strikers are often known to be greedy for goals, this wasn't the case for these two, and their playing styles allowed them to flow freely on the pitch, as their understanding of each other and their movement was just unmatched, and so difficult to defend against, as Yorke was known more for his ability to drop deep and link up with midfielders, allowing him to create chances for his teammate Cole to run in behind and finish, which he did so often, due to his excellent positioning and awareness of the game, which led to Cole even quoting, after he left United, "When we started playing together, it was like meeting a special woman and falling in love. Wherever he did, I did the opposite." So to be honest, it's fair to say so far that United have had their fair share of duos over the years. What about their rivals and the duos they've produced? Which leads me to number 7, Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp, who are another formidable duo to grace the Premier League. As whilst Bergkamp was already an established footballer, joining Arsenal in 1995, a young Henry had just arrived at Highbury in 1999, and as soon as they met each other, the two just connected straight away, and they spent 7 seasons together at Arsenal, and during that time they were unstoppable when they linked up in attack, with Bergkamp being the gracious orchestrator of the attack, with his close control of the ball, as well as his world-class playmaking ability in the shadow striker role, whilst Henry provided the attack that we all know him for, with his pace, strength and power, as well as his technical ability and goal scoring ability, which gave him the freedom to play pretty much anywhere in attack, causing nightmares for defences all over the league, as Bergkamp and Henry formed an excellent understanding between the two, and thrived as a duo due to their varying styles of play, which led Henry to even name Dennis Bergkamp as the best teammate he's ever played with. And bear in mind, he's played with some real top players over the years: Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Messi, probably some more, and forget it. And the two Premier League legends and their link-up play brought much success to Arsene Wenger's Arsenal in the 2000s, as they were key for their success, as they won the FA Cup and the Premier League twice together. And not just any Premier League title, they were part of that amazing invincible Arsenal side, where they didn't lose a single game. And in that same season, the duo managed an astonishing 34 goals between them. Now, so far I've talked about a lot of technical attacking players, which is why I thought I'd switch it up and give a shout out to number 6, Carlos Puyol and Gerard Pique, because no matter how good you are going forward, a strong back line is essential for any top team competing for titles, and these two Barcelona legends are arguably up there with some of the best defenders of all time when they were at their peak, and together they formed the ultimate defensive partnership for the Catalan club and their national team Spain, as they were a complete brick wall when they were at their best, making things difficult for every attacker they faced. And in terms of their playstyle, the two of them were outstanding, but in many different ways, which is what made them such a good duo, as Puyol was known for his no-nonsense, aggressive defending, as well as his incredible leadership skills as Spain and Barcelona's captain. And Pique, on the other hand, was a young prodigy when he joined Guardiola's Barca in 2008 from Man United, and he was known more for his intelligence, defending style, as well as his ability to play out from the back, which was just essential for Guardiola's system. And in terms of honours, these two have just won it all. They were key players in Spain's golden age of football, as well as Barcelona's golden era, having won 4 La Ligas, 2 Champions Leagues and 3 Copa del Reys, as well as a World Cup and a Euros with their national team Spain in 2010 and 2012, with both of them playing a crucial role defensively for club and country. Which brings us to the age-old quote: attack wins you games, defence wins you titles, which allows me to move on to number 5, another defensive duo which I'm sure you're pretty much all aware of, and that is none other than the Italian legends Paolo Maldini and Nesta, who are probably the 2 best defenders ever. I mean, these guys are just the complete definition of just pure defence. They could do everything you needed a defender to do, because after the departure of AC Milan and Italy legend Franco Baresi, Maldini made a transition from fullback to centre-back and came in as the Baresi replacement, which meant big expectations, of course. And he was paired with his teammate Nesta, and the rest is just history, as both of them changed the game of football completely and made defending into an art, and did every defensive task with just complete style, with Maldini being known for his defensive composure, positioning and timing of challenge, as well as his excellent ability to read the game. And the same can be said for Nesta, who was another imposing defender with a high footballing IQ, known for his outstanding tackling skills and his ability to play a pass from the back. And the two formed such a solid defensive pairing that they would go on to win many prestigious honours in AC Milan's golden era, where they were part of such an incredible team, as they won the Serie A title in 2004, as well as winning 2 Champions Leagues with each other, a Coppa Italia and a Super Coppa Italiana. And when AC Milan coach Carlo Ancelotti was asked about the defensive pairing, he said, "I've never explained to them how to defend, or what movements to make in order to have a certain cover during matches. I never did. What was I supposed to explain to those two?" Which really just shows how good these two really were. Number 4, Rivaldo and Ronaldo, 2 of the greatest Brazilians to ever play our beautiful game. These two were renowned for the way that they played football with their flair and dribbling ability, which brought joy to many fans around the world. And the two Brazilians, although they didn't play for each other at club level, partnered to form one of the greatest and most entertaining duos we've ever seen on the international stage, as the 2002 World Cup saw the pair partner up in one of the most incredible World Cup winning teams of all time, which included many other key figures in Brazil's history, such as Ronaldinho, Cafu and Roberto Carlos, to say a few. And whilst at the 2002 World Cup, Brazil played football with a scintillating and silky style, which saw them completely obliterate teams with an attacking style of play, with Ronaldo and Rivaldo being at the forefront of it all, with Rivaldo being known for his silky dribbling and agility despite his height, as well as his tendency to create and score goals, and R9 being known for his pace, power, technical ability and his prolific goal scoring that we all know him for today. And the two ended the tournament by scoring 13 of Brazil's 18 goals in the competition, which is just insane when you actually think about it, with Rivaldo scoring 5 and R9 scoring 9, which crowned him as the tournament's top goal scorer. And despite their short time together, the two cemented themselves as one of the most iconic international duos of all time, and possibly the best international duo we'll ever see, who put smiles on the faces of many, as well as bringing international glory back to Brazil with their World Cup win. I just couldn't leave them out of this list. Real quick one as well, before we get into the top 3, if you guys could do me a massive favour and hit the the like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far, as it really does help out the channel. Number 3, Xavi and Iniesta, the two greatest midfielders of all time in my opinion. I think it's only right that these two get a spot, as like others on this list, these two just changed football completely. It made everything they did look so easy, as well as being vital players in Barcelona's and Spain's golden age, as these two were just meant for each other from day one. Having both graduated Barcelona's academy, it was no surprise that the two developed very similar ways of playing football, with their technical ability, ball control, as well as the ability to spot and play an incredible pass just out of nowhere. However, the two occupied different positions, with Xavi playing in a 6 and Iniesta in an 8 role, which allowed them to work together perfectly. And as a midfield duo, they dominated Spain in Europe, as even though they weren't the most physical players, their ability to connect with each other on the pitch made it impossible for teams to take the ball off them, allowing them to control every game completely. In fact, they did more than just dominate, as during their time together, they won 7 La Liga titles, 4 Champions League, 3 Copa del Reys in probably the greatest team to ever play football. Not only that, they also played their part for their country as well, winning the Euros in 2012 and the World Cup in 2010, where Iniesta scored the deciding goal in the final. Number 2, Robin and Ribery. Now these two were such a good duo, they got the best nickname ever, Robbery, as this wing pairing dominated the Bundesliga for many years, and it all started in 2009 for these two, after Ribery set up Robin in their first game together against Wolfsburg within 5 minutes of playing with each other, which was just an early sign of things to come, as both Robin and Ribery were explosive and agile wingers known for their ability to both cut in on the wing and create danger, and Robbery linked up perfectly with each other for Bayern Munich, as over the years they combined with each other many times in attack, providing goals and assists for each other and their teammates such as Robert Lewandowski, which eventually saw them amass an incredible 268 goals and 284 assists between them during their 10 years together. And bearing in mind these two did struggle with injuries a lot, so just imagine what could have happened if they stayed fit all throughout their career. And in their 10 years together in Germany, they completely dominated the league, winning 7 titles, 4 DFB Cup and a Champions League in 2013 against rivals Borussia Dortmund. Number 1, Messi and Suarez. Now yes, I know what you're going to say, I've forgotten Neymar, but I can't really include the iconic MSN trio, even though I'd love to. But I just couldn't ignore the stats for this one, because listen, 280 goals between 2 players is just crazy. And these 2 players, like their teammates Iniesta and Xavi, dominated La Liga and Europe for many years, as they just scored goals for fun and annihilated teams with their ability, as they were unstoppable during their 6 years together at Barcelona, providing assists and linking up with each other many times whenever needed, with Suarez being known for his elite finishing and ability to score from anywhere, as well as possessing excellent technical ability. And Messi, well, he was just Messi. Not only that, the 2 South Americans are also great friends off the pitch as well, making them the ultimate duo. And during their time under Luis Enrique, the duo shared 4 La Liga titles, 4 Copa del Reys and the Champions League, which Suarez won in his first season against Juventus after scoring in a 3-1 win. And in terms of quality, there's not a lot of duos that really come close to Messi and Suarez in my opinion. But to be honest, there is probably some duos that I've left out, just because they didn't make the cut or I just completely forgot. I mean, I think of duos like Vidic and Ferdinand, Lampard and Drogba, many others that I've missed out. So shout out to those ones. I guess you can count them as honourable mentions. But what do you guys think about my list? Are there any duos I've missed out? Or is it fine as it is? Drop a comment and let me know. And as I said before, if you guys have enjoyed this one, please make sure you like and subscribe, as it always helps. And thank you so much for watching. This has been Discussing Ball.